Saturday, March, what was it, 26th, 8:17 a.m. My Purdue Boilermakers got beat by St. whatever, Peters, number 15 Cinderella team. I wasn't happy about that. I was sleeping because I was working Uber early yesterday. Try something different with Uber instead of working all night, work all day. I was pretty tired and slept through the game, and I woke up for the very end and saw last minute or two we lost 16, 15's. 15's in the Elite Eight, and that's never happened before. Well, history's being made. Number one lost for the first time ever a couple of years ago, Virginia, and then they bounced back to win the whole thing. See what Purdue does next year if they're going to bounce back, but make the Final Four. I don't know. I got that tallest kid in history of the Big Ten, somebody said. It's madness, March Madness, lots of upsets. I don't know if anybody has a perfect bracket in America who submitted it to a real legitimate website thing to prove that it's, but that's why I fill them out, but don't spend a whole more than like a couple of seconds on it because I figured there's no way to predict it and that's a waste of time. Maybe I'll get lucky, but I don't really care. I was doing Uber yesterday. I went to Union Station to a Crown Center to take a break, eat some food, late breakfast, early lunch, around 11 o'clock. I was eating in Union Station lunch, someplace in the middle there, Harvey's. It's a nice little place there in the middle. I guess I've been there before for happy hour or something. Some of the people seem to be yakking like they know who I am. Some of the people that work there in Union Station. Seems like I've had Uber customers who said they worked in Union Station. People yakking in Price Chopper. They see my neighborhood post from neighborhood. Get all these phone calls from something about being a handyman. Well, I'll be the chairman of a Union Station for $1 billion a year, hedge fund paycheck. Everything's based on 10-figure hedge fund paycheck as far as I'm concerned. And if I settle for less than what's right, it might get me fucked up or killed. Like Coldwell Banker and Merrill Lynch. So they each owe me, well, Merrill Lynch owes me $1 trillion. Coldwell Banker, you may make me the chairman and pay me $1 billion a year, hedge fund paycheck. Reese Nichols, Berkshire Hathaway. Stockbrokers, Merrill Lynch, Smith Barney, Payne Weber, owe me $1 trillion. And they may not pay me $5 billion a year to be the chairman of those places. Contract work. Contractor, yeah, I'm a contractor. I was a handyman to be the chairman. Based on hedge fund paycheck. Based on all experience and efforts since I was 16 here in Kansas City. Based on that top hedge fund paycheck of over 10 figures a year for 10, 20, 30 years now. Based on my efforts in trying to get a hedge fund license and being disrespected, and a real estate broker license and real estate being disrespected. My ownership of these stockbrokers being disrespected. I guess I don't own Union Station. Who owns it? The city, the government? Okay. They want me to be the chairman? I'll be the chairman for $1 billion a month, $1 billion a year. Maximize stock owner value of this company right here. Wah. This is the only company that matters in America right now. Is that a bunch of bullshit? Yeah, a little bit of bullshit. It's a lot of truth too. A lot of truth to it too. That ACT percent and GMAT percent and those degrees. I'm justified in demanding $1 billion of minimum wage. I'm justified demanding respect for my ownership and that $1 trillion for disrespecting me and my ownership and degrees. So I'm justified in that. 100% justified. This is me. When I'm sitting down, I got more of a double chin, don't I? That's me with the uneven nostrils and gats in my teeth. So it is me. I'm not some fake identity thief lookalike. I don't have somebody that, we go around and mess with people because we look like each other and do shit and pretend to be the same person. I'm not doing that game. Too many people are doing that game. Who's doing that game around me? I'll be out driving Uber today, trying to get that 60 trip bonus. You want to tip me $1 million, $1 billion, cash, Venmo, on the app? Well, the app has a maximum tip you can give. They wouldn't let you give me $1 million probably on the app. Venmo, I don't know what Venmo's maximum is. $100, 20, 50, 10. I'm working for money, babies. And I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of the fact that all these dumbasses who say $1 billion a year is too much money, I think you're dumbass punks. Now, you may justify yourself to each other in your group or church and say, but I'll justify myself the same, back. And if you're getting more than minimum wage, $7 an hour, why are you getting more than $7 an hour, and why are you mouthing off to me? I'm supposed to make that top paycheck with those scores and degrees. The fact my dad didn't make it with his degrees and the way he acted and talked after my college indicates he was a fraud, a bumbling idiot. He was murdered. My real dad was murdered. He was probably in some group think where they made him do shit, logically could talk him into. Everybody can logically talk something into something. They do it to me. I'll say Purdue Crandall had a lot of bullshit, and so did Oklahoma State, and so did high school. But I'll say you're no different than everybody else. And that's money. And I don't know any billionaires. I don't know any hedge fund managers who make that much money personally. And all I listen to is idiots, telling me, like my dad, don't tell anybody your degrees. They'll laugh at you, think you're a woman. He said he was a woman. He was a lunatic. He was a fraud. He was a murderer of my real dad. My mom went along with it. She didn't have a college degree. They're all fucking lunatic idiots, everybody in their group of friends. How many people would I believe or trust? I don't know. Probably not anybody. Nobody in America. None of my friends. No. $1 trillion passed due. Punishment up to the death penalty and life in prison for all disrespect. Starting with these stockbroker offices, the police and courthouse, and Topeka license. And that professor at Purdue, or whoever it was. Some of these people with IBM, Sprint,